Hello, Harmony Central, and welcome to the 2010 Summer NAMM show. I'm Jon Chappell, and my partner in crime is Craig Anderton. How you doing, Craig?
I'm doing fine, especially at this show. I mean, here we are again. It's supposed to be another Dead show. We send the entire video crew. We are well rewarded for our efforts. There's lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, it's cool stuff and a great vibe despite what happened to Nashville. It got terribly hit by the flood, and we're finding out more and more about that as we talk to people in the music community. But the show itself has not suffered. There's been a great vibe, some really cool products, and we're here to tell you about some of them. So I'll start with some great guitar stuff. I found a really neat thing in the Ernie Ball booth. They have a guitar case that they partnered with Marshall to produce an amp in a case. So there's the Marshall logo, a stereo amp that sticks out of the front of your guitar case. So you can just plop your gig, it's a gig bag, you plop it down, you can set it on a tripod, and you have this great Marshall amp that you can use in your case, and it's lightweight, and you can plug an MP3 player in it to play along with it, and really just a great little idea. Abe Wechter, who's been well known for producing guitars for people like John McLaughlin and Al Di Meola, has come out with a solid body line, and he's got Seymour Duncan pickups in it, or you can have a MIDI guitar or piezo pickups. That's really exciting when Abe makes a guitar like that. Peterson came out with their Strobo tuner, which I thought was a really neat effect, a pedal type tuner that's both a direct box and a tuner. So I thought that was an unusual combination and works really well. One of the great things about this show, of course, is that it's smaller and you're more approachable. So we go to the Martin booth, we talk to C.F. Martin IV himself. We go to the Taylor booth, we talk to Bob Taylor. In addition to talking to people like Doyle Dykes, and we got to meet John Sebastian of the Love and Spoonful at the Martin booth. We go to the Ernie Ball booth, and we talk to Sterling Ball. So it's one of those great sort of magical things. Taylor has
Did you go to the Line 6 booth and talk to Nikki Sixx, or no?
No, but we did talk to Marcus Ryle, and that was pretty cool. Right.
That's about as high up on the food chain as you can get.
So we managed to see some great new guitars at Taylor. For example, we saw their CS Mini, which is sort of an extension of the Baby Taylor, but it has an ingenious pickup system that the user can install themselves when they're ready. We saw a new Doyle Dykes model that's now for the consumer. It's under $2,000, but it's endorsed by Doyle, and Bob was really proud of it. I think it's going to do really well. There's an anniversary model for the Martin guitar that Chris Martin himself personally designed. It's called the D55 for the 55th anniversary of Chris Martin's birth. So there was lots of really interesting stuff on both the acoustic and electric worlds. But now I think I'm going to throw it over to you, Craig, and you tell me what you found today.
Okay. You didn't throw it, you handed it gently, but that's a good thing with microphones. Anyway, yeah, I actually seek out all the little weird things, which are really fun. And there's nothing to provide an environment for little weird things like the iPhone and the iPad. And especially for guitar players. Sonoma Wireworks had a really neat little interface called Guitar Jack. It's really solidly built. I saw it at Mesa, but I was sworn to secrecy until now. But now it's out. It's very durable. It's switchable impedance, high impedance, line level, all that stuff. Very nicely built. Goes well with their 4-track application. IK Multimedia had Amplitude for the iPhone and the iPad, and the iPad one was really quite something, along with an iRig interface to go with it. Peavy's not at the show, but they also have an iPhone amp application coming out, so that's really kind of coming of age. The other thing is that there was, in that world of touchy-feely things, the TC Electronic had the VoiceLife Touch, which is, it kind of like sits on a mic stand in front of you, and you can call up effects just by touching on the touchpad, so it's very ergonomic, very easy to figure out. I didn't need a manual to know that if you touch delay, you would get a delay, so that was pretty neat. There are also some things you only see at Summer NAMM in Nashville. Tamara Custom Shop makes string benders and drop D tuner string accessories that you put on your tuning pegs and things. And the guy was doing amazing playing. Fortunately, I have a video for it, which you can, of course, see on Harmony Central. And also, I've been uploading a lot of things to Flickr. So a lot of these things that I'm talking about are up there. Also, keyboards were really big here. Who would have thought it? Kurzweil had 2 new keyboards. One was a stage piano. The other is sort of a successor to the K2000, backwards compatible with all the K-series sounds, which means sounds going back approximately 20 years, I believe, at this point, to the original Kurzweil sampler. Studio Logic had 2 new keyboards, the Pneuma organ and the Pneuma piano. And unlike, people think of Studio Logic, they think of controllers. These are really nice controllers, but they have sound engines inside of them. And the organ was actually designed in conjunction with Joey DiFrancesco, so that tells you something right there. Also, the Nord piano, which we previewed at Frankfurt on the site, is now real. It's now shipping. They've made a few changes, downloadable samples, a whole bunch of other things. Newmark had their mixed track DJ controller, and in DJ land we're talking $149 for your basic, here in Middle America, have a DJ controller for next to nothing type of thing that comes with Tractor LE, does software MP3 DJing. It's compact, it's simple, looks pretty rugged actually, which is kind of nice. And there were also, the Beams people have a new player. They've expanded on their line. Again, we introduced that last year at the Nashville show, and they've branched out quite a bit. And then for today, we'll leave it at the other thing that I really liked was Swell Effects. And it's a little box with a tube in it. It's a tube, basic front-end amp tube sound, but in a pedal. And they have 3 different models, low gain, medium gain, and high gain. Sounded really good, not too expensive, and they look like you could drop them, which of course is always an important consideration. So of course there was a lot more, but that just means that everybody's going to have to come back tomorrow. And they're going to have to go to the Flickr page, see the photos. They're going to have to take a look at the videos that Bill and Aaron are doing tonight, like this one. And I'll be working on some videos at the hotel room. So the coverage is in full swing. And John, you got anything else you want to add here?
I think that about covers it. Other than we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Harmony Central. See you tomorrow.